So that's amazing to have your name engraved with those guys. Like, and you got to do it with some of the greatest. I mean,
Yes.
I was just looking at some names and I had to write it down just so I didn't forget. I mean, you wrestled with Hornswoggle. You did work with Boogeyman, Finley, Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
Shawn Michaels is actually both of one of our favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, Shawn
Okay.
Michaels is my favorite of all time.
Okay.
Big Show, Chris Jericho, and my gosh, The Rock,
who's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood right now.
Well, beyond wrestling, The Rock is just an icon. I mean,
he's an icon, iconic. Yeah. And then I got body slammed by Mark Henry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to write Mark Henry down. I apologize. You did. You got punished by him too.
Punished by him. World's strongest. So
world's strongest man. Yeah.
So I got to work with him, and I did a one episode with TNA.
Did you?
Yeah, they did I did what's that? What do they call him? Black Motif.
I never really watched TNA. So.
I used to watch it when they were still doing their shows in Orlando.
Right. When he the one that played like the Macho Man.
Oh, Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, yes.
Jay Lethal. He used to do he basically pretended to be Macho Man.
Yeah. Black Motif or something like that. I did a gimmick like him. Came out, had the same type of outfit on. I did a one hit quitter, one night stand with them. They called me in, and I was trying to get on with them.
Oh, really?
But and I kept trying to get Marty to come over. I said, hey man, let's go to TNA, and we'll just be different. We won't be able to be Boogeyman and Little Boogie. I said, but let's we do something else. He felt that I'm gonna stick it out with WWE because now he's on a legend contract now, but he just felt like I'm not gonna leave the hand that fed me or whatever. So he was I guess if you want to say loyal to them.
That's good.
And he just never switch over because I thought that if he would have wanted to go, they probably would have picked us up as a pair.
Right.
But like solo, I wasn't gonna get over there. So, and I knew that.
Right.
So, and it was one of those things because I said, I wouldn't mind having, a last dance, one last dance or whatever, for a year or so, and but it didn't pan out. But I wasn't like heartbroken about it. It wasn't like I was like, oh man, I got to do this. No, I just felt like, can I run this energy that I had from Lord Boogeyman over to, TNA, for one more year or two of television time to keep you out there. So as a motivational speaker, when you go to schools, everybody knows who you are. They're like, oh wow, you're on this, that, and because the kids like that,
right?
And the kids like that, and even the younger kids know about me, even though a lot of them weren't even born, is because of social media.
Yeah.
Right.
They when I go to elementary schools, you got to look at it. These kids are, 10 years old, and it's like, well, it's, you wrestled 11, 12 years ago, so, but with the internet and the WWE Network,
yeah, that's huge.
So with that being said, that allows me as, about, hey, you're the Little Boogeyman. It keeps you out there and keeps you somewhat relevant, to wrestling fans. They know of you per se, and which was a good thing.
Yeah, we really couldn't even do our show without WWE Network. That platform gives us the opportunity to go and rewatch all these shows. So, yes. and it definitely helped us with our interview with you, because I actually remember you as Little Boogeyman, but it was kind of like I had to remember it type of thing. So I was able to get on WWE Network, Google when the stuff happened, and we were able to watch all the clips. And that's a heck of a way for us to be able to interact instead of just trying to remember something that happened 10
Right,
15
right,
years ago. You know what I mean?
right, right. Exactly.
So it
I
helps.
cheated. I just searched Little Boogeyman. They just sent me all the clips, all the matches you were in. I watched all your clips. I watched a couple of your matches. We watched the Fit Finley and Hornswoggle match.
No Way Out. You were at a pay-per-view, man.
No Way Out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Pay-per-view. That's it's a big deal.
Yeah, that was nice. And then WrestleMania too, because we did that small skit with Donald Trump.
Oh.
Oh
Man.
yeah. I watched that where you came out. You and Boogeyman came out behind Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not give a crap. He was not scared at all.
No. And it's funny, he just the way he was on set, he's the way he is right now. So it's like, and I'll tell you a story, and again, a lot of people don't know about it because they weren't there. We were shooting that, and we only did one take. And in production, when you do something off screen, they normally do 2 or 3 takes just to have, backup.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know, you're doing the podcast, you edit stuff. So as much stuff you can have, that's how you can, put stuff together. So we did one take, and within that one take, they said, well, let's do another one. And he says, no. He says, you guys do whatever you do. I'm going back to my green room. And it was like, the production manager was looking around like, oh, what the hell? Like, that's not how we do this. But they didn't want to push his buttons. And he called the production guy, got Vince on the walkie-talkie, and Vince came down to our set.
No, did not succeed.
Well, that wasn't a good. He says, "We're at WrestleMania. Damn it! What the hell's going on? What did I hire you for? You're the production manager." And he says, "Well, Donald said he was done. Said he was done." And Vince was like, and he didn't bother him. It was like we didn't retake anything. Because Trump said, just whatever y'all's, just, how y'all do work that stuff, just get my best side. And because the production manager says, hey, let's do another one. He says, well, here's Donald. He's talking about like, well, I think it went fine. But dude, you're not the production manager on this set. What they saw and what they were, they might've been looking for something like, hey, let's get another angle. But now he said, we're done. and you didn't see him no more until the shaving the head part come out, till they came out. But yeah, man, it was crazy.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, man, I got to see the Vince. You know what I'm saying? I got to see the super hot Vince. So I was like, man, I was telling myself, I said, man, Donald better not get me fired, man, because I ain't messed with that, man. I said, you better not get me fired, dude. I was like, you've been a real clown right now. I said, yeah. So you're really clowning right now, because I said, I don't want this to end, because I've always wanted to be, when I know I was going into wrestling, I always wanted to be a part of WrestleMania. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream.
Yeah, and to be able to partake in it, because all the wrestlers go to WrestleMania. That's on the roster.
But not
all of them make it on the set of like actually doing something.
Wow.
I knew we weren't probably going to wrestle when Hornswoggle was part of Money in the Bank. I knew. I was like, oh wow, if he's part of that. And when I was seeing his skit, because Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Ken Kennedy, he did a slam. He slammed him from the back, put him on his back, and then went off the ladder. I mean, it was a big pop for Hornswoggle. Me personally, I wouldn't want to have done it.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah, I like my feet to touch the ground as much as possible, and that ain't that often if I'm sitting in a chair. You know what I'm saying? so let alone to be on a 20-foot ladder, you know, and go all that's it should it might have been a 30-foot, man. It was high. Yeah, it was high. I'm like, nah. I said, I give you props, dog. I give you props. You did your thing. You did your thing. You know, I'm looking at any little mistake. You know, nobody's gonna worry about like, oh, he's really messed up now. You know, I was like, nah. I said I wasn't in the business to get jacked up to where I'm not walking or I wasn't looking. You know, that's why I was always careful about, you know, like certain things, because the great Khali, one time, Pat Patterson asked me, would you be okay with him choke slamming you? I said, nah, this dude, he didn't kill a couple wrestlers before, you know. I was like, no, I won't be okay with that. You know, if you're not Hornswoggle size, you're not choke slamming me, because that's not a fault. You know, you can't get me that high, you know. But I ain't got up there like boom and mess around and throw you down on nah.
I don't blame you. I have acrophobia. Not a fan of heights either.
You know, so I wasn't. I said, nah. I said, man, that would be a big pop. But man, look on the other side of it. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, at least you got your WrestleMania moment by annoying Donald Trump. So there's that.
Exactly.
And hopefully, I'm hoping that someday you get to be in the Hall of Fame.
You know, that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of
that'd be awesome. We will be bragging about it.
Yeah, haven't fact checked this yet, but I don't think there is a little person in the Hall of Fame, is there?
No.
I would guess Hornswoggle would go first.
Sorry,
probably. But yeah,
Hornswoggle
would likely go first.
He'd go because, you know, because he had that 10-year ride.
Right.
You know,
yeah, that 10-year ride.
So he's only, I mean, like he went in, he was only 19, 20. So he, you know, when he gets about my age, because I'm 53, so it's my age, he might be in it by that time. You know, he just might be.
He might.
It'd be a big success for little wrestling, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a huge deal.
It would. And I think as far as the little guys go, I think that run is pretty much over with. I think it's I think it's because if you look at it since then, there's never been like, you know, they haven't. Just imagine if they did a reunion like Fit Finley, Hornswoggle, myself, you know, one time, you know, just something just to rock the crowd, like unexpected.
Yeah.
You know that. You know, it's like those days are, you know, pretty much over with. I could, you know, I can't say I know for a fact, but I just think that it's come to an end.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad. But and really, I mean, Boogeyman's been. I think he's done wrestling. Finley, I don't think he wrestles anymore.
I think I think more of like appearances, you know, autograph signings and stuff like that.
Well,
you know,
Hornswoggle kind of transcended Fit Finley. I mean, Hornswoggle still was showing up around way after Fit Finley got released from the WWE.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
I mean, he did that whole thing with DX in 2009. So he became his own character. He got to be his own character.
Yeah, he got to be his own character because he held the title for a second, the cruiserweight title.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to do that for, you know, and then the unlegitimate son of Vince McMahon. You know, he had some little angles, and
he was Raw.
And I knew
he was general manager of Raw at one time.
Yeah. So, and I knew once our character, you know, we can't talk, and really we didn't have no talking perspective. So it's like you're such in a small box, and it's like you're limited. And once you're limited, you know, realize that your storyline is going to come to an end.
Now, is there a rule there? Why don't they let you guys talk? because
they did a little bit with Hornswoggle.
Yeah, Hornswoggle
and then he
stopped
stopped talking and started doing the grunting or whatever. Like, because we watched the No Way Out pay-per-view, and he's talking to Fit Finley about how he's scared of you. So
right.
He
So
used to talk.
yeah. So see with the humanized characters, they can go mute, or they can talk. You know, us, other than that part that when me and Hornswoggle was going to do our match, and Boogeyman says, "Are you ready?" Let me get, and he put some worms. He was getting me pumped up, and all I was doing was like, and he was putting worms in my mouth, feeding me worms, and the Donald Trump part when he says, "Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you." Then that was the end of the dialogue. It was never like,
yeah, Boogeyman didn't talk much.
Like it was nothing like, "Hey, Boogeyman, little Boogeyman, how do you feel about tonight's match?"
Yeah.
We never, we didn't have that. And when you don't have that, your character is like on a shoestring.
It's limited.
Because it's very limited. And once you become limited, you think about like any future commercials or anything like that, you would only be if somebody did a horror movie and they said, "We want you guys to be in it." You see what I'm saying? It was like, other than that, you're very stagnant.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful, because it was something I wanted to do as a teenager. Oh my gosh, man, people. Oh my, hold on. Man,
You're all right. You're all right.
So
lost him for a second.
Yep. We'll have him back.
So you guys still there?
Yep, we're here.
So yeah. So that's pretty much, how things went for me. And and after wrestling, I did a couple of different things on television, a couple appearances here and there. And of course, I've been traveling the country for 20 years, speaking at schools on respect and bullying. And I wrote a book, Big Message Short Story. So that was pretty much that. And now I'm working with special need athletes, and I got a couple other projects that I'm working on. So I'm just just living life after wrestling, which I lived life after and before wrestling, because I didn't never want to be that guy, it's like people go in the military, they do 20 years and they leave that military, they're done. They did their 20 years and they service something else. They get into another world of their life. And I find a lot of wrestlers don't know how to become another, it's like they're stuck in that, this is all I do. This is all I know,
Yeah, right.
And when a lot of them superstars, see, they didn't diversify themselves as like The Rock did, and that's, and his ex-wife, which was his management company, and she still works. She still does some things with him, and she was brilliant to help guide him into who the guy he is today. Not all the wrestlers are charismatic, like, that he's a different breed. He's a totally different breed, because he doesn't have to try as hard as some of the other ones that got into acting. They have to try real hard because, their acting game is, it's not next level. It's more of their name than their skill set.
Right.
You know, so but you got you just find find a niche, I guess. I mean, you got a springboard. You got a name out there. Everybody knows who you are. You kind of like springboard off of that. You know, and don't put yourself in a situation where surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. Like, is there what good does it do? You got all this money, but you can't walk.
Right.
Yeah.
Who wants that? That's no fun.
That's true. I mean, look at Lex Luger now. Remember, I mean, dear Lord.
And like,
even
remember,
look like the same guy.
Right. And the thing about it, that's the guy I met, here in Florida when he was first starting out, the total package. And then like, when you look, I was like, oh man, God bless you, man. If you go back in hindsight, would you want to relive that totally, or would you want to have gone about this a different way? I'm pretty sure probably a different way, because, that's, treacherous. It's critical.
Right. So why don't you let the listeners, and I guess we're on YouTube this episode.
Yeah,
so
I
the
plan on putting
viewers
this on YouTube as well.
Where all can they find you so they can connect with you, get a copy of your book?
They can connect with me. Basically, Google Chris Hollyfield, ChrisHollylField. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I don't tweet much at all, but I'm on all these outlets, social media outlets, under my real name, Chris Hollyfield. And yeah, you can. Even my email is Chris Hollyfield, the number 1 at yahoo.com. So it's pretty much, people look up Chris Hollyfield and they can find me, inbox me via Instagram or Facebook, and got a question, you want to say hi, say hi. I'm a easy person to kind of, I'm not one of those guys. Oh no, I'll say hi, but I'm not gonna say we're gonna talk every single day. But I'm not a prima donna to where I can't have a conversation with you, because I was still born Chris Hollyfield before the little boogeyman. So you have to remember and stay humble on your success and what you've done, but you still gotta like, there's people that may look up to you or be a fan, and you try not to disappoint anybody. I mean, I can't make everybody happy, but I'm a pretty easygoing guy for the most part, because it's just who I am. It's in my DNA. I wrestled, yes. I entertained, yes. Am I a wrestler? No, because it's a difference. For me, it's a difference, because wrestlers never let that go.
Well, it sounds like you've been doing more amazing things out of the ring than you did in the ring, and you had an amazing career in the ring, it sounds like. So it sounds like you're living your best life.
Outside of COVID, yes.
Well, that's. I mean, we all got to deal with that.
I think none of us are living our best life right now. Although, I mean, I started podcasting after COVID, so maybe I'm living my best life right now.
Yeah, because everything is internet right now anyway. Everything is internet. And so with that being said, this is like, this is where we're at now, So I'm just here trying to make a difference. I'm different to make a difference.
All right. Well, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get some books into some people's hands. Okay. So here's what you got to do. If you're listening to the podcast or if you're watching the YouTube channel, all you need to do is go to the Rage and Blaze Show on Facebook, or if you find we're going to advertise this episode. If you find this post on one of the wrestling sites or the podcast sites, all you have to do is like it, share it, and subscribe to the Rage and Blaze Show on and that's all you have to do. We will find out who those people are, and I'd say we'll give it a week. After we promote this, we're going to give it a week, and we're going to give away some books. How's that sound?
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So we're going to get these books in the listeners' hands. Would you be willing to autograph these books for these people?
No problem.
That'd be awesome. So you're going to get an autographed copy of the book, and the name of the book is
Big Message Short Story.
Big Message Short Story. And anybody can find this book on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, right?
Not Barnes and Noble, but Amazon.
Just Amazon. I apologize. I thought
no, because I self-published.
Sent me a link. Okay.
I self-published.
Oh,
I'm an author, man.
So you are a publisher, a wrestler, an actor. I mean, a trainer. This man does it all. He doesn't know boundaries. He does something. He likes it. He does it, and he's living his best life. And,
exactly.
And you're sending a message out there about anti-bullying.
Yes.
Would you like to tell the viewers
let's talk about that?
Well, I've been speaking for 20 years on bullying. Ever since Columbine. After I saw what happened in Columbine in 1999, I was like, wow, man. Chris, you like to talk. You have a couple stories. You need to spread your message around. And it's not like I got punked all my life or anything. We've all gone through something. And
I kind of did, so I support this.
I take that. I've taken that and just ran with it. And then as I became more popular through television and things of that nature, I just kept running with it, because now not only did I have a message in the beginning, now I have a platform. I have a platform to bounce off of. It's like now, first it was just Chris Hollyfield speaking with the Got Respect Tour anti-bully program, but it's like former WWE wrestler, star, the little Boogeyman, known as Chris Hollyfield, so it gives you that oomph. So when people are asking you about your tour and when it comes down to negotiating your costs and stuff, you're not just that regular guy now. Right. You got that little extra now. So it's like you got to pay a little extra. So and it's like your degree of life. Some people have 20 years experience in something, and that's their degree. It may not be on paper, but that's their degree. They put the work in.
Right. So you've been talking about anti-bullying before you even got into WWE. You've been doing this a long time.
Long time, yes. So yeah, I tried to get passion. I tried to get in with the WWE afterwards with their Heroes Be a Star program, and I couldn't get them to bite. But hey, such as and I know that my story would be a better fit than, and nothing against none of the other guys, but it's hard to look at Randy Orton or Mark Henry, these guys that are 6-something muscle bound, to say like, when I was a kid, that's a far way for people to look at when they're looking at what they see right now.
Right.
When they look at me, they can see like, wow, you didn't grow, period. You're you know what I'm saying? You're like that. You're this is who you are, and they can see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially because they've surpassed you in height. You see what I'm saying? A fourth grader surpassed you. Sure, my son, he's 8 years old and he's taller than me. Oh, really? So when you see, when you see that, the story sinks in.
Right.
Sheamus and one of these big old guys come to your school, say, hey guys, let me tell you something about bullying. It's like they're in awe, but then they can't see inside of, maybe because you're a redhead that, you might have got picked on, but they can't really see that because all they see is this big old muscle bound guy. Right.
Yeah.
Throwing other people around in the ring. So they can't see like, oh man, you didn't get picked on. I saw you body slam the Big Show, and they don't see that. It's not a go home and speak up, tell your parents about what's going on with you. It's go home and say, guess who came to my school? Sheamus. Blah, blah, blah. What did he talk about? He's just big. He's muscular. It's not like, oh, this is what happened. Even if he has a story, do they really take that and run with it and go tell me? Kids go home and tell, because I've had parents hit me up through Messenger and stuff like, hey, thanks for coming to my child's school. my child has gone through being bullied, and you made him feel better about himself. And see, you get those things because they can see, they can feel and grasp that situation.
Wow.
So yeah, it's passionate to me. Because again, I just like making a difference.
And it sounds like you are.
I just like to make a difference. I have fun with it. I have fun with it, and when I'm having fun, I'm at my best. I'm having my best time just because to put smiles on people's faces and high fives and embracing, hugging, and fist pumps and stuff like that. It's like it's all people want, man. It's all we want. That's all we want. I mean, we have a wish list, but all we want is just people, love me and love you back. That's it. That's all.
Good deal. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been great having you. This has been an amazing interview. I think we could go on all day if we had the time.
We could. Oh man, I could tell you some. We can go for weeks.
So I guess before we close this out, I'd like to know, is there anything else, any other message, maybe a question we haven't asked you that you'd like to get out there before we finish this off?
I guess at the end of the day, I just want people to hold on tight. I know it's some low times in all of our lives and depressing times with this COVID-19, not having any answers and people being laid off, businesses shutting down because this is hard to come back from. But just stay blessed, stay righteous, and love who you are, and understand that someday, sometime, I don't know when, but we will get around this. It may not go back to normal, what we're used to being normal, but hopefully it'll get better than what it is right now. And God bless, man. And I love you guys. And, reach out, Chris Hollyfield. You Google that guy. I'm sure you'll find him, and if you can't, just look in low places. I'm sure you'll see me.
There you go, man. All right. Well, this has been Chris Hollyfield on the Rage and Blaze show. And like he said, man, God bless everybody. Be safe out there. And I'm Rage.
And I'm Blaze.
And I'm the little boogeyman. And I'm coming to get you.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Take care, man. God bless.
God bless. Hey, don't shut the he's gonna stop Oh. Shit.
And here is your winners, and still podcast tag team champions of the world,
The Rage and Blaze Show.
Thank you for listening.